All right, guys. Sorry for the wait and the delay. We're here. Here we are. We're live. First time in a while since we've gone live, but we're here, everyone. And again, thank you for your patience. And patience is a virtue. Yes. um, so yeah, we were just waiting. We have one of the guests that was going to be joining us, and it looks like he might be here. Hold on.
All right, there he is. We can see John now.
We can see him.
John, can you hear us?
I don't know if you can see, hear us,
But now we lost audio.
all right. Yeah, I don't hear John. I don't see him trying to talk either, so I don't know.
Don't touch that. Our mic is okay.
Is it on? Up? Do you need to turn it up in there?
I hear you.
No.
You guys still hear me?
Daniel, if you can hear us, you're way faint. And I'm up at 100%. You were fine a minute
All
ago.
right. Did you hear me now?
Yeah, we got
That's because I accidentally swiped my volume down. That's why.
Oh.
I just realized that. But John, I don't know. John, I don't know. John, try talking. Could you hear us, John? He's shaking his head. No, I'm not hearing nothing from out of John.
I'm going to send him a message. Is his mic muted?
Because like on here, it has a swipe bar to turn your volume up or down. All right, he just jumped off. So
He might have a button on there to unmute his mic like we do.
Maybe. It didn't give me no option because I clicked on his profile when he popped up and it didn't show nothing like that. Unlike you guys are on here, you guys are fully connected. I can turn your volume up or down on my end. So
no, we're fine. We got
you. Right. What I'm saying is I have it showing me where I could adjust your volume too if I need to, but it didn't show that on my. Yeah, it didn't show that on my end for John. So yeah.
Well, did John sign in allowing his mic to work?
Yeah, because sometimes if he's never been on this platform, if you when you join a new website or a new platform for the first time, that's like a podcast that requires audio. Usually on your device, it'll ask you to click allow permission for both camera and microphone. And
this is the same platform John was on a couple of months ago, wasn't it?
I don't think I've ever had John on this platform. No.
Oh, this is new?
This is Restream.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I don't think he's ever been on Restream with us. So, yeah.
Well, he's looking at it, and maybe he'll figure it out when it comes up. Look at his options.
Yeah. So I guess, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. Again, I want to thank everybody that's already watching and tuning in. First of all, I want to give a shout out for those who may visit the New England area, more specifically the state of Maine. I want to give a shout out to Arbor Distillery. Arbor Distillery, they've had some events that were very successful, contests with their events that were very successful. Arbor Distillery is, again, located in the state of Maine. They contribute to the whole Sasquatch and Bigfoot phenomenon, as they have a Sasquatch-themed whiskey, Sawmill Sasquatch whiskey. So if you're in the Maine area or if you're not familiar with them, check out their website. Again, it's Arbor Distillery. They're out of Maine. You could order directly from their website, or if you're in the area, visit them in the state of Maine. So they're much appreciated. Hopefully we continue to work with them and they can work with us in the near future. Again, Arbor Distillery out of the state of Maine and your Sawmill Sasquatch whiskey. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to just chit chat and share a few things with you, our input and our thoughts on a few things. For those who've been seeing a lot of promotion and advertising with Bigfoot Explorers, we're going to discuss that and go over a few things with that as well. First off, I do want to apologize. I feel obligated to apologize, although it is completely 100% out of my control. Bigfoot Explorers were supposed to start streaming as of yesterday, October 31st. And unfortunately, the network did not get their crap together, and they were supposed to have everything situated. They were submitted the video footage for season one over a month ago, and yesterday was the release date. So again, I apologize for what is not in my control, but it's being worked on through the guy who is taking care of that. He made contact with them. They are working because it's at their fault, but they are working on getting that up and going. As soon as we get updates, again, we'll update you guys when that is officially streaming. We do apologize. There was a lot of people looking forward to that, and I promoted the heck out of it. I mean, I had coworkers that were forward to it, so I know I still see comments and posts and people commenting in different groups where I've shared and promoted it, asking, "Hey, where can I watch it?" I got to explain to them now, "Hey, it's not there." So, for those who do know, they're going to be wondering what happened. So, hopefully, this gets out to a lot of people. I made a couple posts on Facebook earlier today. I shared it around. So, again, I do apologize for the inconvenience, but we've been working hard on doing what we do out there as far as gathering the footage and capturing audio, and we've been dealing with some pretty cool stuff out there. But yeah, David and Melissa, let's turn this over to you guys. I mean, with everything we've been doing up to this point here, as far as the the time being spent out there and some of the audio that we've captured, and everything in between, all the bizarre, the weird. Uh, I mean, for the audience and those who are watching, are looking forward to watching the first season and getting involved with what we got going on. Is there anything you want to share, or as far as share your thoughts and opinions or on any of this, or anything you want to share going out to the audience?
The only thing I regret is about any of this is, if you really call it a regret, is that everything we did experience, especially on this last camp out, we really couldn't include everything. Because, you're going to be limited time based on what you're able to put together. So we try to cover the highlights. But, I mean, if we had the time and to be able to go over everything and how things transpired, people have more of an understanding. But, again, we can use this forum here to discuss a lot of that ourselves.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I know when you put this second episode together, we wasn't able to cover, when I was letting Melissa use my DJI Action 4 2 times, that Action 4 came on by itself. And she did not press any buttons. We couldn't cover that in the recent episode you put together.
Okay, right.
I can't remember if we covered the MP3 player of mine that I seen the light come on and turned on by itself. You got to hold the button down for at least a second to activate.
That was mentioned. Yeah, that part there particularly was mentioned when I was recording you going over the strange, odd sound that you captured. So, and you pointed that out during that session. So, yeah, we definitely got that captured. Yeah.
But I wish we could cover everything. But like you said, we're limited time on that. 'Cause you got to keep everything down to a time frame where networks will be able to pick you up and show stuff without getting long-winded on stuff. But doing podcasts, we can go over more things that that we did encounter, or things we did on the side to try to come up with answers about what may have been going on out there. It's very intriguing out there, this last camp out. Things like I keep telling people, that's our third time in the last 2 years that we use that same spot. And none of this stuff that happened this last camp out transpired during the others, with the radios malfunctioning, the batteries going dead and coming back. I've never experienced that before in my life with any of my electronic equipment. But that did happen out there. Then, as you know, we caught that strange feedback coming from my DJI Action 4 when we started walking into that campsite. And then when Melissa was right above it, which isn't in the episode, when you all were just above the campsite before you turned left to walk down into it, I picked up that same tone, not as loud or long, on my DJI Action 4 also. I've got that on my computer. So, and it only lasted about maybe half the time that the 10 to 12 seconds that we caught it the first time when we were out there. So it did reproduce. What is causing that? I have no idea. There's no power lines out there. John gave a good description as far as his thoughts on how some of the power equipment work, which is excellent on that. But again, you got to be by the power equipment to be able to get that kind of feedback, hear it, feel it, and everything else.
Right.
It's just where everything gelled this camp out raises more questions to where we're incorporating more of our gear, not just for the cryptid, the Bigfoot side, but now this other stuff is happening in conjunction with that, just raises more questions about, what in the heck is going on out there. We may go out there camp again, next camp out, nothing will happen. But again, that's
exactly.
what's intriguing. You never know. But again, it's going to make us more prepared with additional equipment when we go out to set up, to be able to see if we can recapture some of that stuff, maybe come up with answers. And we do know there's old remnants of foundations from homesteads that were, we don't know what years they were back, but it's just a foundation left. I'm saying the early 1900s, maybe even further back. I mean, who knows? It could have been the late 1800s. Because that has something to do with some of the activity going on. And then the couple that was camped out there a couple of weekends before you went out, remember she said that about 5 o'clock in the morning, it was still dark out. She's seen an image outside the tent of the size of a child.
Yeah, yeah.
The child didn't say anything, but then she heard a female's voice saying, "Come along, child." And then they just faded away and faded off at that point.
Yeah. And she actually jumped out and said there was nothing there. They never saw
Nothing there, exactly.
Yeah.
So what's going on? And they were two campsites up from us, maybe 75 to 100 yards from where we normally camped at. So it's all the same location. It's all out there where we're camped at in the general location. Which is pretty spread out. I mean, I'm just finding it intriguing. We're experiencing things that I've never experienced in my life. But again, we're not jumping off a cliff and saying it's a ghost, it's paranormal or whatnot. It's something that's happening that we have not experienced before. And we want to dig further into that. I want to lead towards that side. I really do. But again, we're not just going to throw a hat in the tub and says, well, that's what it is. But we don't know.
Right.
I don't have any
answers. One thing I made mention on a video session that I recorded is talking about paranormal in general. People think of, when it comes to paranormal, they think of ghosts, spirits, and hauntings, but people don't realize. John, sit tight. I see you right there. Hold on. They think of things that are haunted or spirits and this and that, but paranormal in general is really things that are unexplained by science. Weird, mysterious things. People had placed Bigfoot. Not everybody, but a lot of people have placed Bigfoot in the realm of the paranormal because there's a lot of it's unexplained. A lot of it's misunderstood or not understood. Period. So, I mean, I think in a sense, I think it's safe to say there is some paranormal going on. So, there are things that we can't explain. So, I think in that realm, it can kind of make sense if what I'm saying makes sense.
Well, I remember when we first met you about 5 years ago. You were more on the Bigfoot side, and I got the impression when people brought up the paranormal or anything other than Bigfoot, I could feel the you not wanting to go that direction down that path.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now your perception has changed, and you got to admit that. Things are happening that we experienced, and together that it just, you got to question it, but what is it? We got to try to come up with answers. And hopefully we will come up with something to clarify at least a few things.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping anyway.
I mean, with that being said, I mean, there was a time where I wasn't as open-minded to a lot of different
That's what I
things.
meant. Yeah, that's what I
And
meant based on what I was saying
yeah,
too.
so, with a lot of what we all have had experienced, and myself personally, things I've shared with you, like the incident during the last night of our camp out, I didn't bring it up till the next day, till after we had gone home, and hey, look, like, while we were sitting there, this is what happened, and
Yeah.
I don't know what to think of that. It didn't scare me, but I didn't want to react to it either. It's like I felt it. So
Well, you had to rationalize it.
yeah, I was like,
You had to think
did I
about it.
just did this just really happen? Did I really just feel what I felt? So
Well,
um,
like I told you the other day, Melissa, we've got the video of her hair being pulled up here at the house uh, from last year, but just the other night I mentioned to you that you could see it. She felt something move her hair just a bit on the
Yeah,
side
it happened
while
again
while
the
she
other
was
night.
while she was on the computer. I told him about it, and I pulled up the video, and sure enough, you could see her hair faintly move, and then a few seconds after that's when she responded to it. But then again, a few seconds after she responded to it, the in-house camera here glazed over a little bit, shifted. I've never
wow,
seen that before. I don't know what caused that. Could it have been what made her hair move? Could that cause an interference on the camera? It happened, but I don't have the answer. I don't know. We didn't see no image. It's like just everything in the view of the camera just shifted, and then it was gone. It lasted for about maybe a half a second, if that. Just you'd seen it, then it was gone. Then the camera
mm,
cleared up, and I've got that video too. But it's never happened before, and it has. Well, we haven't checked in it. Nothing's happened since. We had to pull the cards, but we're always pulling up the cameras, checking on the dogs when we're not here. And I've never seen the cameras do that before. It's usually a pretty clear camera. I mean, they're not high tech. Don't get me wrong, but I've never seen the image shift like that before. Interesting,
wow,
very, very interesting. Some
I'd
people have
say
all the
so.
fun and nothing happens to me. Is John still waiting there in the background?
He jumped off because I'm should just pop up on the screen, say sorry he can't get on, and the
Okay,
mic won't work for him. So
all right.
yeah, that
It
just
might be.
popped up.
I don't know what kind of a phone he's got. Maybe that might be the issue. I'm not sure. Uh,
Sometimes that might have a issue. It all depends on. I mean, it really depends on the connection you have on Wi-Fi and signal strength too. But
yeah, he just sent me a message. Hold on a minute. That audio you sent me today, I,
yeah, I
I
wanted to
can,
ask you about that if you had a chance on
I
that.
can, you can faintly hear it. Um, that howl, whatever it was, but again, with that aircraft going overhead, really um, takes away from being
Yeah,
able to distinguish what it is. And that's
right. Like
unfortunate. We got aircraft going overhead all the time up there. He
yeah.
says no
Well,
mic. He says he
yeah,
has
that's what he
no
told
mic.
me. But regarding the audio, I know it was. I will admit it was very faint before the sound of the sky roaring of the aircraft. Listen at the sometime some after that
I
sky
heard it.
roar or whatever you want to call it goes out, then it starts to howl again right after that when it calms down, which
Yeah,
I've
you can
noticed
hear
again.
it if you really listen, you can hear it, but it's so mixed in with that aircraft engine,
Yeah,
the jet going overhead that if you did not know to listen for it, you wouldn't hear it. But if you
right.
tune in, you can hear it at those two different times, and then something's there. But I don't have the equipment or the program to be able to isolate, take out different frequencies to where you can
Yeah,
clean it up. I mean, I don't have that kind of money to buy that kind of a program.
yeah,
I could take out wind noise and stuff like that, but when you're getting into aircraft and machinery and stuff like that, you got to have sophisticated audio equipment to be able to isolate different frequencies, to be able to extract them, to narrow down to what you want to listen to. Everyday programs don't do that for that.
right.
So
Yeah. That's the only downfall when it comes to that kind of thing. But
We got to
I
work
mean,
with
I
it.
could,
Yeah. We got to
huh?
work with it. We got to work with it.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. It's what we got. So
yeah. I continued going through the rest of the audio from that week, that last weekend I camped there, and uh, you'll hear like you could pick up. I picked up the owl, a couple times
mhm.
faintly, um,
I heard
and
those too.
then there was a couple of knocks and bangs, but most of the knocks and bangs to the audio were actually from me inside camp during the daytime. Well, actually, no. Wait a minute. I wasn't. I didn't have the recorder going during the daytime. Um, I only had to go. Well, I turn around 8 o'clock. I turn it on around 8 o'clock at night, and I turn it off around at about 8:30 in the morning. Now the second night I had it out there, okay, I was a little late getting to it to turn it off. It was probably around 10 o'clock that morning. This Sunday morning is when I got to it. I didn't get up right away. Well, I mean, I did get up right away. I just didn't bother going over to get it. So, but yeah, something you could hear the sound of the wood. Like some of the wood I had, I was banging it up to break it, chopping it down a little bit here and there. But there was a couple pretty good solid whacks and bangs, but that's about it really. Nothing to get excited about, unfortunately. There was a couple other things I thought I would have picked up that I heard staying up Saturday night. Because I heard some strange, weird sounds that sounded like the best way I can describe it. It sounds like an owl on steroids with a heavy, deep, bassy voice, like kind of mainly sound like like trying to hoot, but with a bad, nasty cold, you know.
Could have been there.
So yeah, but
You
this was
could.
in the distance. It was quite a way. It was in the distance. First, I heard it way up on the ridge behind me for a little bit, and then way across somewhere on the other side of the field, I was hearing it like
Well,
sound
don't
off.
forget that there's cows in that area too.
Mhm.
There's a couple of
Oh
flocks.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. I
cows.
mean, that's a good possibility where their sound of their vocals could have been bouncing off the ridge lines. You know,
Exactly. Yeah. So
so
we got to take all that into account, when we do all this stuff.
yeah.
Uh, did Craig send you that audio from his event that he had? Did he send you? He sent me one of his audio recordings to listen to,
Oh
and
no, he did not.
it sounded like up around his recorder, you hear a lot of rustling, and then like something was breathing there by his
Huh?
recorder. It's
That's
pretty interesting.
interesting.
But again, I think they got bears up there, right?
Oh yeah,
Pennsylvania.
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean that could have been a bear, walking by, maybe breathing or huffing. But when you listen to it, you want to think, yeah, it's got to be a bear. But sometimes you just get this odd feeling because of the way it sounds that it puts a question mark in your head, as far
Yeah,
as without confirmation.
yeah.
Um,
One of my trail
um,
cameras I had placed out got attacked by a bear up there. I had the bear on the camera, and then when I went to go
yeah,
pick up
that's right.
my
I've seen
yeah, I
it.
had
You told me, yeah.
yeah, I had a claw mark. It was either a claw mark or a tooth mark. I'm pretty sure it was probably a claw mark. It wasn't a real big bear, but enough to mess around with my camera.
Right.
So,
That's all it takes.
yeah,
You didn't make nothing else of those prints you got off your car?
I can't make heads or tails of them. Of course, I like getting people's inputs. I see a lot of comments on social media. I mean, a lot of people don't believe. A lot of people say, "Oh, they don't look like a bear." I think, Then again, some people are saying cat, and then a lot of people say, "Yeah, they don't look like a possible cat either." But it just
No, there
it
wasn't
just
any
don't make
pad
sense,
marks. No, there wasn't any pad marks.
right? So
And they don't go up on their tippy toes to be able to leave
yeah,
just tops of them. They're gonna use their whole pad if they're racing up on something.
right.
So
Especially trying to support themselves. But yeah, unlike cats are more agile, they're more coordinated, I guess. They're
And like I told you, I don't think it was a bear because you had food and stuff and whatnot left out in where you're doing your cooking. Bears,
Yeah.
as you know, are opportunistic and they're not going to bypass that to go up a peek in a car. I mean,
Exactly. Those two frying pans I had on my cook stove should have been licked out dry.
yeah. And enough noise would have been made. It probably woke you up at that point.
Mhm.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, like I
But
said that
they
night, but
wasn't touched.
I only
And
woke up once, and that was about right around 2:30, I think it was when I looked at the clock. I got up that I had to go, go pee real bad. Got up, used the bathroom, zippered up the tent, laid back down, and I pretty much, I mean, within 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes, I had fallen back to sleep, you know. Um, so yeah, I mean, it could have whatever passed through could have came between midnight and 2 o'clock, or sometime after I had fallen back to sleep. So 2:30 to I think it was about 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock that next morning. So yeah, which is definitely interesting. Like I said, I kicked myself in the butt for not setting up that trail camera. I brought one with me, and I never did set it up. So
you got to work on that.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
There ain't no sense in taking it if you ain't going to use it.
I know. Sometimes I bring stuff with and I just think I said, oh, I'm too lazy to start using it. Like I even brought my other parabolic microphone, my cheap one. I brought that with me, never used it either. I had it within arm's reach, really, just never, well, it was in the back of the car, and I just never pulled it out to use it.
Yeah, I think
But I'm
that's
preparing. Like I said, I'm going through everything that I'm catching up on stuff right now, and then I do plan on kind of regroup and get my stuff together. And I will be out there if the weather. I've been watching the weather. I mean, the weather says one thing right now, but I'll watch it all the way up leading till the time. I plan on being back out there, but so yeah, I'll be back out there next Friday morning, starting next Friday morning. After, as soon as I bring Kate into school, I'm headed out there again. So I just basically kind of needed a break for a couple different reasons, you know. So, but yeah, I'll be back out there in the woods again. I know now that we're in November, I need to expect to see more people out there because of hunting season now. The black powder is officially taking place now. There weren't so many people during the bow season, but black powder is a different ballgame. So yeah,
If anybody has any questions, put them in chat. Melissa's here monitoring the chat if you have any questions or
yeah,
suggestions. I mean, I'm open to suggestions on things to do too. I mean, my mind ain't closed off to any other ideas to try stuff.
yeah. It's funny when you start talking, your cuckoo clock went off.
Just before we came on, one of my cat balls and my case over there, I got the lid popped open
in the case.
in the case and it started going off by itself.
I just
Are
happened
you
to
serious?
Yeah,
Wow.
after you mentioned the setting them out after she got her hair pulled, I had them out for about 3, maybe 4 nights, spread out, and nothing happened. Now tonight it was over there in the case, nobody walking by, nothing. I was sitting there, she's at the computer, Luna was in the chair, it just started going off by itself.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty wild.
yeah. I even had her, I even had her tap the top of the case to try to get it to go off. That wouldn't do it, but when she moved the case, then it went off.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I didn't go running out of
Now,
the house like my hair was on fire or nothing like that. But I mean, I was sitting there looking at it; it was going off, and I was sitting right here where I'm at now, looking over the case about maybe 6.5 foot away from me. So
now,
interesting.
when you say case, what type of case are you referring to?
hard case.
Well, it's my hard equipment case.
Oh,
It's one sitting on
but
the
it must have been
table.
open. It
The
was
can,
opened up though.
yeah, it's got my
Okay.
equipment in
Lid
it.
just kind of down on it, not really, but the fasteners to it.
It's resting on the fasteners, is what it is.
Yeah,
It's open about that far.
it
Okay,
wasn't
I got it.
on the ball at all. It wasn't touching the ball at all.
Well, no, I got 4 of them in there, and only one of them went off.
Hmm.
It's just interesting,
That is interesting for sure.
see what happens. Keep an eye on it.
Huh. Yeah, I am definitely looking forward to our next group camp out up there again. Like I said, I've been camping in the same spot, not our same spot. Well, you've been up there with me, David. But that spot there, I was camped in that same spot again, up from where we all camped at.
Yeah.
I can't say in that particular area I haven't noticed anything strange or odd, or I have nothing weird in that particular area. But every time I ride up there, I mean, if I see our group spot available, yeah, I'm gonna jump there. It's just there's always been somebody there. Usually, there's been at least a couple people camping there in some kind of camper or a small RV. Uh, but
Well, it
but
is
yeah,
hunting season. So,
yeah. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't mind camping where I'm at. I kind of like that area because it works out for me because it's open and it's flat and easy to set up my tent and everything.
right.
But yeah,
Yeah, as long as you remember to stake it down.
yeah, yeah.
That was funny.
like I gotta go.
Yep, he showed it to me.
Oh man,
Oh,
I gotta take my earpiece out. It would hurt my ear real bad. Oh,
Yeah.
remember when we were out there camping and we kept hearing what sounded like something clacking the rocks together at night?
oh yeah,
Remember
yeah.
Ron that found out that it was a family of raccoons. They were looking for crawdads or crayfish.
Well, yeah, that reminds me.
What it was.
Yeah, not this last time, but the time before last, when I last camped out in the spot I was in, I walked down to our old group camp out, and I introduced myself because I saw a couple guys that were camping there. They were pretty cool. I said, "Hey, you guys don't mind if I walk down behind here?" I said, "I got a camera down here by the stream." They said, "No, go ahead, help yourself. You're not going to bother us." So I was like, "Okay, cool." That camera I went to go pick up. I was going through it. Now I had tons of deer, just hanging out, passing through. Uh, I've had blackbirds. I had squirrels. And I've had, yes, several, and I mean several raccoons throughout that video. My camera images and stuff. They were, yeah, they didn't look of any size, but there was quite a few of them down through there. So, and then I had two domestic, which appeared to be two domestic house cats. One was a dark one. One was a kind of a yellowish looking cat. But yeah, there was two different domestic house cats. Then there was a fox, and then a coyote. And then at some point, there was a crane, one of the big crane birds, heron birds. I had one of them on camera.
Great blue heron.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent sized one too.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
they
other
call
than
it.
that, yeah, like I said, raccoons, and a lot of birds, deer,
Yeah,
the
we got
fox,
all
the
that.
coyote.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
had a little bit of everything down there. So, but
And Daniel,
interesting.
question. There's a question in the chat from Robert. He says, "How far is it where Daniel just camped to where he did camping years ago with his daughter and father?"
Oh, well, they're referring to the Elkhorn Lake area, really. It's actually probably only about, I don't know, how far would you say that would be, David, from
It
there?
takes Well, when we drive from here, it takes us about 45 minutes to get up to where that gas station is
Yeah,
before
to
you make the
Elkhorn.
right hand turn to go up down to where the lake's
Yeah,
at. When you get off the hardball,
yeah.
it's about 45 minutes from here to that little service station. Then you make that right to head down into the lake area. About
Okay,
45 minutes. So, what,
yeah,
40, 50 miles maybe from
Mm-hmm.
here?
Probably.
yeah,
Average, I'm guessing.
yeah. Of course, that would be southwest of you guys, then
Correct.
slightly southwest. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Robert. Yeah, about
The
45 to
wood,
50 minutes.
if he's asking based on how it may connect, I mean, this entire forest connects.
Yeah,
Because up
same
there,
national forest.
we're in the
Yeah.
George Washington National Forest. Is that the George or the Jefferson?
That's the George. Jefferson is way down Southwest Virginia.
Okay, and that's which connects to the Jefferson. So even there, you're still in the George Washington National Forest. Yeah, it all
Yeah,
interconnects. If that's what he wants to
And it's also considered
know on the
part of the
question.
Appalachia chain.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
lots of spooky things happen.
it's all
absolutely.
interconnected.
Now, oh, for those listening, now for those who know some of the legends and folklore from West Virginia, to name one in particular, the what the heck you call it? What's that one? Oh, the sheep squatch. Now, sheep
Uh,
squatch is a lot of people are familiar with it from our West Virginia, but in the particular area where we've been camping and researching, there is legend and folklore specifically named in that particular area with sheep squatch brought up. So apparently, whatever sheep squatch is has been sighted in where we've been camping. So I don't know what sheep squatch is supposed to look like, but we do know, based off of eyewitness accounts and other stories I've heard in the past, that there's been just regular Bigfoot sightings in there. Among a few other things here and there. But Bigfoot is kind of a known species to be seen and sighted in the area we camp at. But if you will go online and look up the area we're camping in, yeah, and look up folklore, you'll come across articles about sheep squatch. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting, considering sheep squatch again is one of the West Virginia folklores. We're not far from West Virginia, but
no.
yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there for those who might be watching and listening.
Well,
Either now or for
if
future reference.
there's such a thing, I mean, George Washington National Forest goes into West Virginia over there too.
Oh yeah,
We're only like 18 miles from the West Virginia line from where we're at. 8 or
yeah.
18, I can't remember. I have to relook at that. It's either 8 miles or about 8, might be 8 miles
I
from the West Virginia line.
I was gonna say 8 miles sounds more accurate because I know if you go back out on the main 259 and head west, yeah, I don't think
It
I
might
don't
be
think the
eight
West
miles.
Virginia line is really that far from there.
It's not. It's not at all.
Yeah.
So it's all
So
interconnected. So
yeah, because I know you hit Matthias, West Virginia, in the along right into Hardy County, and you know, so which is very interesting. Hmm.
another legend for this area I came across the other day. I wasn't familiar with it at all. I'm still learning a lot of this stuff too, to be honest about it.
Oh, me too.
Native
Yeah.
American, Native Americans uh, that lived in the area back in the day. I can't give a time frame. Talked about the moon-eyed people. You'd have to
Oh,
look that up. I mean, I can't give you any more detail than that. They believe they lived underground. But if you type in moon-eyed people, uh, it'll give a little bit of history and what some of that folklore was about. If it's folklore, there may be some truth behind it. I don't know. And again, they apparently have blonde hair. Some of them did. Uh, you won't think European at that time, but you'd have to do research on that to see
Yeah.
more
Deutsch,
about that,
Swedish,
to understand more about what I'm bringing up here. But I just found out about that the
Icelandic.
other day. I said, "What is that?"
yeah.
And I looked it up. And sure enough, yeah. So we got a lot of folklore around here, but some folklore is based on fact.
Well, I
Right.
know that growing up in Falks Run, in northern Rockingham County, my grandfather, Pap, he used to tell us all the time, and when we were driving around some of the back roads, he'd point up to the hill or up on the mountainside, and he'd say, "Up there is an Indian burial ground. There is
Mm.
a big mound," and he said that you stay away from that area. It's sacred, it's holy. But he would point it out, and there are two of those over on the Third Hill Road area there in Falks Run. And I think there is supposed to be one up on the Gap Road somewhere, Hopkins Gap. But he would often tell us about that, to where some of the farmers that own the land now, they're constantly uncovering, finding Indian artifacts in their field and stuff, such as arrowheads, spearheads, stuff like that. But he said you shouldn't disturb that land. Pap had a lot of respect for history and native history and stuff. And I've never forgotten that, but so I don't know. Would there be something like that back there at Slate? Look.
Bear with me one second. My audio is messing up.
Okay.
Why is it not connected? Hold on.
Well, you sound fine to us.
Yeah, it's just my no, on my end, my Bluetooth earbuds. Oh, I might have to take them out. All right, can you guys still hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Let me see something here. I see what I gotta do.
All right, I think I'm connected again. Yep, there. I got it. Because when it turned it off when I myself. I had to go back and click the microphone button to turn and put in Bluetooth device.
I know nothing about that. I don't use them things.
Yeah. Okay. But no, that's interesting. I heard what Melissa was sharing. That is very interesting stuff. Because as far as Native Americans throughout the area, I know just in general the Native American folklore, or not. It's not. No, I shouldn't even say folklore. I don't know why I said that. But Native American history, as far as their time in Virginia itself, a lot of them did, pass through and camp, and there's been settlements of different tribes throughout Virginia. Um, but as far as I know, the folks run area has been more of a hunting ground for them, from what I read. Which is interesting. But I know on the east side of the Blue Ridge, there has been a lot of Native American um, tribes, and a lot of the areas out there are also named after all the different tribes, which is pretty cool. Like the Massaponics, the Mattaponi, the Appomattox, and there's so many more. Just to name a few.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That up in
interesting.
Pennsylvania too.
Where at?
Up in Pennsylvania. Look at a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
rivers that are named.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. There's one. It's got a long name. I can't think of it off the top of my head. They actually, the river that I'm thinking about, has got a mini Statue of Liberty in the middle of it,
Wow.
which I thought was cool. Um, yeah, like I said, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. Like the name is like in my mind. It's a long name. It begins with an S. Susquehanna or something along that line. Yeah, something to do with the Susquehanna River. I could be getting it mixed up with something else, but it's somewhere along those lines. Yeah. Which is interesting. Yeah.
And many, many years ago, over in the Fort Sybert, West Virginia area, across the mountain, they're into West Virginia. There was a fort that was burned. It was soldiers, U.S. soldiers at the time when the Indians were in the area, and they ended up clashing with the main group of soldiers there, and one of them was a Michael See, See or Zeh. He's actually part of my family history, but from my understanding, what I've read online and stuff, and in the libraries and stuff, the Michael See family, they were able to document um, the attack and the burning of the fort, and how the women and children, especially the girl children, were kept and taken by the Indians, and the young boys, if they gave up, if they resisted at all, they would kill them. But if they did not resist, then they would take them into their family, into their tribe, and they would raise them as their own. The women would go into the and intermarry into the tribe, but they killed all the men and the soldiers
Yeah.
as they were taking whatever they wanted from it for them to survive for the winter. And it's just pretty neat history on that. But yeah, it was in the Fort Seibert area. There, what is it? It's not Pocahontas County. I can't remember where it is right now. I have to look it up.
Yeah. Yeah. But speaking of Pocahontas County, I've been up through there in West Virginia, which is pretty interesting. Which is not far from Richwood, West Virginia.
Yeah, you can take
And also,
route
all that kind of connects.
Go ahead.
What route? No, I'm saying, no, I'm sorry. What route was that?
You can take Route 33 West from Harrisonburg.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Right in to Pocahontas County once you get across the mountain there in West Virginia.
Oh.
But it's a heck of a mountain. Lots of winding.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of accidents, especially in the wintertime. Because you lose any kind of phone radio reception because of the isolation of the area.
Yeah. Is this way out? What's that one area? It's not. It's you go up past Franklin, West Virginia, and then something rocks. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Seneca
Something
Rocks. Yeah,
Seneca Rocks. Is it out past that way?
No. There where Fort Seibert is, there's a naval base there. It's kind of shut down, but they still have their. You'll see the big satellite discs, towers, and stuff.
Oh, they got one right there in Sugar. Yeah, they got one. They got one of those right there in Sugar Grove.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see that if you go on the other end of. Yeah, over in Elkhorn, if you go over towards the Reddish Knob side, if you're on top of the mountain on Shenandoah Mountain, when the foliage is down, you can be looking down. You can look down and actually see those satellites down there. Yeah.
But
which was interesting.
Them being there, those satellites being there is no radio reception, stuff like that, because there's like a ban on certain times they can play it, but otherwise you have to have radio silence. And that's the community itself. They have to abide by it also. But that seems like a really interesting place too, for stuff that nobody would want to talk about.
Yeah, I actually accidentally drove by there one time, long time ago, when my daughter, my oldest daughter, when she was little, we were riding. We were just taking a ride. We went out 33, and after we came down through Brandywine and started staying to the right, which would have led you into Franklin, we went left, followed the road just to go for a ride, just for the heck of it, and we were riding along, and then all of a sudden we're driving so far down, and all of a sudden we're passing through. I didn't know what it was. I just saw some kind of, seeing all the big white satellites all over the place there in kind of like a small cluster. And then, which I don't know, I learned about it later on, but we end up coming in the backside. We found a entrance that turned into, and we saw where it's a national forest, and we took the all gravel road up the mountain hill there and brought us in the backside there, which I thought was interesting. But, yeah, that's interesting, but yeah, it's been a long time since I've been down in that little section down there. So it's been some years. But
you got any other ideas for the next camp out when we go out? Anything different you want to try?
Well, the one idea you talked about is tying Melissa to a tree with honey. Nah.
I'm game.
Well, right now, off the top of my head, nothing in particular. Um, but as far as our equipment goes, I mean, one thing we didn't really get to do this past time, we did somewhat of it. We kind of did a stakeout, in a group, but I would like to get a couple of us, split up in maybe two groups, period, and go out. Everybody go out, but everybody go out in two different groups. Um, and I know you got filming equipment, your action camera, plus you got a camcorder yourself. Um, I definitely like to document and video, like like I'll video where I'm at, and say you video out where you're at, and
Right.
like somewhere out there, and also on top of that, I actually wouldn't mind going more travel and venturing further up the Hogpen Road a little bit. Maybe one group stay at that campsite and another group go up a little further. Because I got to thinking, I said, there's got to be an area of clearing up there somewhere. Because horseback riders with their big trailers, I've seen them go riding up there. So there's got to be a spot up there. I mean, we know those logging trucks coming out of there, so it's got to be a wide enough area for them to maneuver up there. So I don't know how far up, but it's got to be, like I said, there's got to be a clearing up there somewhere. Right.
It have to be a little way up there because the time we drove up there before I backed up and turned and came back down, we probably went up there about 3/4 of a mile to a mile. It's getting so narrow and rough up in there. I wasn't going to try to. I mean, I didn't know what the area looked like. I wasn't going to get up in there and
Right.
get on that ridge somewhere along in there, and when they couldn't even back my truck up and try to turn around and come back down. But I'm
Yeah.
sure there is. I mean, there has to be because, like I said, they've been logging back there. Logging trucks come down through there all the time. But it
Yeah.
gets so narrow. I mean, you meet somebody else on there, somebody's going to have to back up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody's
even
gonna
with my little car, I'm afraid to take a chance riding up there with my little car because, be my luck, I'll get stuck or something, Yeah.
have no doubt. But yeah, a good walk would take care of that to get a feel of the area. I say do it in the daytime. One time is get to see what the area looks like and see what all is up in there, and then how
Yeah.
far to go.
I mean, even if we have to park at the gate or right there at the intersection, and then just go on foot from there,
Or that campsite
That
there
way.
if nobody's there. I mean, you should be able to pull a vehicle down in there. I mean, we can walk from camp and do that.
Oh
Daytime.
yeah.
I mean, that's no big deal on that. I mean, that's what we're out there for anyway. Don't have to drive anywhere.
I wish we could get in
Absolutely.
touch with that guy that Drew spoke to that morning in that truck.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I
Well,
would
I like to get.
love to get in touch with him, but I don't know how.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what logging company that was with. I don't think they had any names on their truck. But they may be associated or affiliated with the one right there in Singer's Glen. I'm just guessing. It's the nearest one I could think of.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because I know when I used to go there, I used to have to go there to pick up wooded stakes for the company I used to work for, and I used to see the logging trucks in there being unloaded. So in the back, but
Well, we can't go walking up in there and ask if anybody knows who this guy is. I mean, I won't put anybody on the spot. I mean, if they're willing to stop on their own and talk on their own, then we'll leave it at that. If they're logging out there again next year and they want to stop by, then that'll be great too. But
Yeah, were the trucks up there when you were camping the other week?
What's that now?
Were the trucks up there when you were camping the other week? Are they still running or not?
No, I haven't seen no logging trucks. And I don't know. Like the last 2 times I camped there, I haven't seen no logging trucks. So they might be done for the time being. So yeah, I haven't seen nothing. Or because even where I camp at, I mean, depends if it's a small vehicle. You can hear the cars and the vehicles go by on the road, but you can unless it's a pickup truck or something, like you can see them for a brief moment if you watch on one end from where I've been camping at. Because David knows where I've been camping at. I've been over there in where the corner spot is. I've been camping like just 2 spots over from there. So
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like I said, there's boulders there. There's boulders, and then there's an open grassy spot right there, which is pretty neat. Because our it's spot where the group campouts are. There's been people camping there. So, but yeah, um, yeah. So I'm kind of,
Any other questions?
in a way, kind of hidden, to a certain
Mhm.
extent. I mean, but which is nice, because it is kind. Oh, excuse me, I got hiccups. It is kind of private over there, so.
Well,
Yeah.
See any kind of questions? They were asking about the Susquehanna
There's
spelling.
there was two different people that sent me messages. I didn't get to see what their messages were. They didn't stay up long enough, so I'll have to read them after I'm done. I'm assuming there are people that are watching saying something, but I can't make out what their
what did
messages
William
are.
send me?
So
What?
What did William send me again?
William said David found out the little flashlight I bought is definitely waterproof today. LOL. Don't ask how. LOL.
Oh,
And then
I guess
William
it's testing his
says
flashlights.
he's got a couple of ideas.
Oh, William?
oh,
Yeah. William, we want to hear it.
what's that?
And then
You got him a new flashlight?
well, I sent him one, the one you had me buy, the big one,
Oh,
the big
okay.
bottle,
Yeah.
it's like turning on the sun. I sent him
Right.
one too because he couldn't see out of his field out behind his house, having trouble with the flashlight he has. So I sent him one of them, and
Nice.
but he says he's got some ideas for next time when we go out.
Hmm. Well, yeah, we definitely want to hear them. We're up for anything. So
Yep, 'cause he's a walking
that's for sure.
encyclopedia.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be nice if even it'd be nice if his health was, allowed him to come up there at least spend a day up there, to hang out with us.
Yeah,
So
we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
yeah,
great.
yeah. Anyone watching and listening? You guys have any questions or anything you want to throw out there?
So far, I'm not seeing any more
And
questions.
anybody that's watching is more than welcome to join us. Just get with Daniel.
All right. See, I just had somebody send me a text message. Somebody said I'm watching, blah blah blah. I couldn't see it. I'll have to look at it all afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, John got a new
I
truck,
think
right?
I don't. Yeah, I saw that blue Ford pickup truck,
Yeah,
extended
the
cab.
F-150. Yeah, he's ready to go now.
Yeah.
Bigger.
Oh yeah. His next move is going to be copying you guys. They're going to go out and buy a camper now. Which wouldn't surprise
Wasn't
me if
my
they do
idea.
that.
That wasn't my
It wasn't
idea,
your idea. Oh,
but I knew I was had.
blame it up.
Blaming it on me.
Melissa, Melissa, does he
Yeah,
blame you on everything?
she's been crying about one get one the
uh,
last 2 years. So I've seen that thing.
no,
I
they're
looked
nice to
at it.
have.
And I told the sales lady, I'm just here to look. We ain't buying nothing today. We're just researching. And the moment she says, "Well, can
Yeah.
I show you some numbers?" I looked at Melissa and I knew I was done. I just knew it. I was done when she said that. 2 days later, we brought her home.
Cussing ever since.
Yeah, it's been keeping me busy for the last 3 weeks. We've had it now. I do the maintenance on it. I'm doing the winterizing on it. I'm doing all this other stuff. It's costing me more money now to get necessities for it.
Mm. You gonna have it ready to go come May?
Oh, yeah, it's ready now. Well, no, I mean, I just
Yeah,
took
we're
the
gonna-
water out of it.
He wants to.
I'm
do the
winterizing it right
winterization.
now.
Yeah.
It is pretty much
Oh,
winterized now. Took the water out of it today and blew the lines out and stuff.
yeah. Yeah. Is there a special type of antifreeze you have to run through the lines?
They make RV antifreeze as safe, but
Yeah.
a lot of people don't use it because it's kind of slimy.
Oh, I got you.
Well, I mean, it's not harmful. You just got to make sure you clean your lines out come spring. But
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people says they don't put that in there. They just get this adapter to hook up to your water line thing and use so much
Right.
pressure just to blow the water out of the line so it don't freeze. So
Hmm.
that's what I did today. Now the antifreeze you take and put in your sink traps and stuff like that. But if you're not running it through your lines and your hot water and nothing like that.
He's shoving Reese cups in his mouth.
That was a Kit Kat. One of them. Well, I'm hungry. But there ain't a whole lot to them,
Man.
at least the little one we got. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's basically for two people. You can't sleep like three in it. Maybe four
Yeah.
if you break the table down. I ain't doing all that crap. We don't. I ain't pulling around no big camper. That's not no. We don't need anything big.
Is there enough room for Luna in it?
Yeah. She's kind of long, so I have trouble turning around a little bit. But yeah, she'll do fine.
Nice.
But I mean, again, that's neither here or there as far as that. But other than she's costing me more money. You think you're getting ahead? Her and you cost me money, or you did. I slowed down with buying everything you showed me. Pretty much got what
Well,
I
I've
needed.
slowed down.
You come
Yeah, I've slowed down. I'm only getting some minor necessities here and there.
Yeah, that's all I hear
So,
from him now is whine, whine, whine.
I mean, I think we got enough anyway for what we do, for what we need for when we
yeah.
go out there. We pretty much got pretty much everything
90%
without breaking the bank getting there. I mean, it wasn't an overnight thing, but I think we're pretty much there.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, it's a nice looking camper there. So, from what I saw,
Well, the people, I guess they took care of it. Yes, 2018, so it's not new.
Yeah.
It's a J-code made for off-road, boondocking type
Yeah.
stuff like what we do. You're not going to,
Yeah.
you know,
And
tear
what
down
was
run.
it? About a 19, it was a 19 and a half footer.
Yeah, 19.9.
Okay. Almost
Just
20.
say 19
Yeah.
and a half feet. Yeah. Just round it off to 19 and a half feet. Just big
Pretty
enough for
cool.
two people, and you can cook and whatnot in it if you want. But I still want to use the Vevor for cooking. I really don't want to do a whole lot of cooking in it. Bear, I don't want a bear trying to tear it and get into it.
Right.
I mean, store the food out in the Vevor and stuff in coolers like we always have been, and be safe with
Yeah.
what we
Oh,
do with no lingering food smells and stuff like that. Because I mean, they'll tear into cars or anything if they can. You know how bears operate.
yeah. Unless you want to use like a microwave. I don't know if it has a microwave in it, or I know you could probably put
Yeah,
one in it.
yeah, got a microwave and a refrigerator.
It's a convection microwave.
Okay.
So you can
Hmm.
use it as an oven. It's a very, very small oven, but you can use it.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't all that
Huh.
small, but it's
Yeah.
not big. I mean, for two people, how big? Come on now, you don't need anything real big. You may never ever use it anyway. I don't know what you use it for.
Well, using the camper, if you'll never hear anything whoop at you again, unless they're really loud.
No, the windows will be
Like,
open.
Well,
oh, okay.
when I stayed out there several nights ago, when I stayed out in the camper for the first time to break it in, I could hear everything and anything.
Oh, wow.
I was
Yeah.
like, it's not as quiet as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slept like a baby. Me and the dog slept like a baby that night when you wasn't in here.
Froze my
But
butt off.
it's lightweight. The body's fiberglass, real strong. So you're still going to hear sounds. And if you have the windows open, it's going to be even better and stuff as far as that. It's got hot water, you know, it's got a heater in it. If you need to run a heater, runs off of propane or electric. And depending on what you're going to do with, I may break down and get a generator, which would be used sparingly because I don't want to hear a generator when I'm camping.
Right. It's one thing, you can run it like during daytime if you have to charge something up, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. And as small as the thing is, if you want to get a little bit of heat or air in there and stuff, you don't need to have it on that long. It'll cool or heat up pretty quick because it's small, you know.
Yeah.
And just turn it on when you need it, you know. But no, I'm camping. I ain't gonna be listening to no daggone generator 24/7. That ain't happening. Now I don't want other people to have to hear it either. But again, more money I'm talking about. I know what's coming down the road. But anyway, that's either here or there.
Yeah. Well, if you have to invest in a generator, you know, I could recommend I forget the brand of them. The ones that Harbor Freight has. I think they're called Predators.
Predator.
I think those are supposed to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
And they're built to be a lot quieter.
Yeah, they also make a power station too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But again, a power station.
Right.
That convection oven and a few other things require AC power, not DC.
Yeah.
So if you're going to use like the TV and stuff, so if you're going to use that, you got to have AC. So I'm going to have to get a generator.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm learning this stuff as I go. I'm always learning something.
Yeah. If you guys just so happen to have satellite TV, and I know this for seeing people do this up at Elkhorn, you know, because there's no phone reception whatsoever up at Elkhorn. But I've seen campers and RVs come out there and they bring their satellites with them. I guess if they want to watch TV and stuff like that.
Well, that don't mean they got service. Even with Starlink, you gotta be careful. But I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to pay subscription for that, and it only works 20% of the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I had a buddy of mine that lives in Virginia sent me a link a few days ago where you could order Starlink for $50 a month to have a regular prescription, a subscription, or whatever you call it, and you can take it wherever you go.
No, I'm not. I'm not into all that for camping. No.
Yeah.
Satellite phone would be good though.
What?
The satellite phone.
For what?
It would be good though if there's ever any kind of emergency situation, stuff like that.
Well, if you behave, there won't be no emergency situation.
Well, I mean, if we're up there by Falks Run, just if there's an emergency, if I'm not aware of it, let me know because you guys know my phone works out there.
Yeah, a couple of year olds do, which is fine.
Yeah.
But we need to check maybe changing the service. I don't. That's neither here or there for that right now. But we need to be more ideas for the next camp out. William said he's got some ideas, so when the time comes, we'll tap into him for more information, ideas that he may have. Even if it's to incorporate some Native American type stuff while we're out there, because like he told us what to do with that ribbon and that feather, which I told him you relocated when you went out there.
Yeah.
A couple of camp outs ago that you went out there and stuff was still there. And yeah, but we'll see what he's got and what ideas he's got to say also with ideas on what to do out there.
Right.
And again, if anybody else got any ideas or suggestions, we're open to coming up with new ideas too. I mean, what we do is fine, but I think we're starting to freeze up a little bit.
Frozen.
I mean, I can still hear you guys fine. You guys, your video might be frozen, but your audio is still good.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to log out and go back in. Maybe it'll clear up. If not, as long as you can hear us.
Yeah,
For that.
But tell you what, we'll get ready to come to a close. But I do want to remind everybody real quick, for those who were going to tune in or try to watch Bigfoot Explorers, Fossum TV network, they did not get it up and going as scheduled. However, the film distribution guy has been in contact with them, and he sent me a screenshot, or of basically what they said to him. So they are working on it to get it up and going as soon as possible. And as soon as we know that it's up and going, I will post an update of it streaming. So, but it'll be on Fossum TV network. A lot of people asking, where can I watch it? Again, Fossum TV network. Fossum, just like the word awesome, but with F in front of it. So you can download the app. It's a free app. It's a free streaming network. Also, it's also being worked on going on another platform right now. Something that it's new to me. I'm not familiar with it entirely, but it, again, I'll update on all this stuff when I learn more about it. So yeah, so keep an eye out. Watch my post. Continue to follow me on Facebook, and I'll even put a post on YouTube if need be. And I share it around on several different platforms and groups, forums. So, but yeah, guys. I mean, Melissa, David, do you guys have anything you want to share or throw out there before we jump off?
No, that pretty much wraps it up for now. Just get done with what you're going through. See if you come up with anything. I've gone through all my stuff, and
Yeah,
didn't have much other than what we did experience. Nothing else has really stood out with the audios I captured. Uh,
yeah.
Until next time, I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, we've got to wait till spring and everything before we can get everybody back together.
Right.
Uh,
And who knows? We may have a couple extras with us. We don't know. I know there was a couple that wanted to come last time. They weren't able to make it. I know there's a couple. I mean, a lot of people have been in contact with me here and there, wanting to. Hey, I would love to join you. And like I said, yeah, more than welcome to come out there with us.
Yeah,
Uh, we
yeah,
don't turn people down.
Blood Pack Films is watching, and they said they will keep everybody updated with what's going on with the
they're in the
program.
chat.
They're in the chat.
Excellent, awesome.
Can you
That's
see
good
the
to
chat
hear,
with
yeah.
the program?
What's that now?
Can you see the chat yourself on your end,
Uh, Hold on. Sure.
or you haven't learned that part yet?
Oh, no. I got it right here. Hold on.
Okay. All
I
right.
just pulled it up. Let me see.
We got Melissa's laptop going right now. She's monitoring the chat on it.
Oh, okay. There it is. Yeah. All right. I had to scroll up because I saw there was a lot of different things on there. So yeah. So there we go. Let me pull this up. Yeah. So yeah. Blood Pack Films. For those who don't know, Blood Pack Films is the film distribution and film the the company that I'm working with, that I'm contracted with for the streaming network. They do all the distribution work and they help promote what we're doing. And I want to thank Shane, who is in charge of all that. So. But yeah, we're definitely looking forward. I know there was a lot of people that were excited for this. I know I was. I promoted the heck out of it, So hopefully, everyone's understanding. You guys know things don't always go as scheduled. Networks and platforms. They all have their errors. None of them are perfect. So, but
Yeah. Well, for the next camp out, we need to stay in contact with William, keep him informed too, because he did a podcast the other night with a couple of gentlemen, and both of them want to make a trip. We're looking at the chat now that wants to try to come to a camp out.
And Nick
okay.
And a Jay.
They want to come to the camp out.
So yeah, just keep that on the back burner. Then when we start making arrangements for the next camp out, then we'll reach out to people.
Okay, yeah, I won't charge them that much. No, I'm just Gotta make my dollar somewhere.
Well, if you do that, I'm gonna start charging for my company.
Melissa, you coming alone now?
What?
No.
Oh Lord. uh,
All right.
so
Well,
yeah, thank you
that's
guys.
that's that's all we got. So yeah, that's all we got for now.
Okay, sounds good. And too bad that John and Mary couldn't make it on with their technical issues. So
Yeah, he needs to
uh,
work on that. Maybe you can get a hold of him one time and bring up the program and work with him on trying to get him connected.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what it looks like on their end. Them trying to connect and everything. I mean, like I said, I'm not so sure, but
You
um,
can't talk to him on the phone at the same time.
uh,
Well,
well,
it's
I mean,
something to
I
think about.
can, but I'm
It's something to think
that.
about.
Well, technically, that almost really wouldn't work. I mean, it would, but it wouldn't. It
I
could
know.
cause. Yeah, I mean, I've done that with others before, but it depends on the other. On his end, it may be very confusing on how to get back out of the phone call section, and
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
yeah, yeah. So it could be
Would,
a little
would
confusing
be,
trying to explain how to get out of that part and get back to the app. So
I know it would be
yeah,
for me.
yeah. So
I'm not afraid to admit it.
yeah, unless him and Mary were there together and one was on one phone and one had the app
There you
pulled up
go.
on the other phone.
Yeah,
So that would be
that'll
an
work.
option there.
And then
Yeah,
he can tell you what he's looking at that point.
exa-
You know,
exactly.
I
So
mean, something to think about
right.
because I know he wants to come on too, but hopefully it's something simple that he's overlooking.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. So, but, but yeah, we'll get it figured out. Like I said, we'll all be in communication. Like I said, we do the group chat. As far as any updates in there, I want to continue to use that group chat that we've been using for the last couple campouts. So, um, you keep people updated and posted because there's other people in there that did not get to come out with us the last time. So, um, hopefully, things work out and they pay attention because some of them don't pay attention to everything. I'm not going to mention who, but there's certain ones that ask me personal questions, but they don't pay attention when you do tell them. But hopefully, they'll pay attention this time around. So, uh, yeah,
All you can do is keep them informed. I mean, they may have a
yeah,
busy life that they just forget pretty easy.
yeah,
I know the feeling with what I go through. So
right.
yeah, Melissa.
So.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'm typing, but I hear you.
Well, guys, and we're going to call it a night. Again, everybody that's been watching and tuning in, thank you guys very much. And continue to follow on Facebook. That's where I do all the updates and postings and let everybody know what's going on. But there's a lot more I could have, gotten and discussed about, kind of off the topic, but we'll save that for another time. So, but
Yeah.
yeah. So be on the lookout for Bigfoot Explorers, the film series. It will be streaming soon. Just be patient, everyone, and keep it squatchy. Till next
Yeah.
time.
Y'all take care.